파일. 뭐야? 대상은 높이 23cm, 지름 28cm의 불규칙적인 도자기 항아리. 그러나 이러한 겉모습에 속으면 안 된다. 해당 물체는 유기물임과 동시에 자궁이기 때문이다. 네? 즉 도자기 자궁인 셈이다. 본 격리체는 표준 금고에 안전하게 격리되어야 한다. 입구는 퍼스펙스 디스크를 덮은 뒤 위변조 방지 테이프로 밀봉해 두어야 한다. 본 실험은 인간 실험을 포함한다. 뭐가 많은데요? 샘플 조건. 조직 샘플을 SCP-660 내부에 2개월간 방치. 결과 매일 조직 검사에서 샘플의 생존을 확인. 수출된 세포 샘플을 실험관 내에서 배양한 결과 암세포 변이를 확인할 수 있었어요. 오. 조직 샘플을 SCP-660 내부에 2개월간 방치한 뒤 2도, 3도 화상을 입은 D급 인원의 신체 이식 처리. 이식받은 자의 이상 실험 기록은 SCP-660의 금지사항에 위반되지 않음. 결과 이식 후 합병증도 발생하지 않았으며 유합 과정 역시 정상적으로 진행되었다. 부착, 혈전 억제 및 혈관 재생. 그러나 일반적인 중증 화상 이식과 마찬가지로 피부 장벽이 파괴되어 감염에 저항하지 못하고 치명적 감염성 쇼크를 유발. 이번에 생쥐 실험도 했네요. 결과 주목할 만한 점은 SCP-땡땡땡과 D614의 의식을 원래의 몸으로 되돌릴 수 없다는 것이다. 이에 D614와 양방향 소통이 가능한 컴퓨터 상호작용 인터페이스가 개발되었다. 자, 난 자네 말을 믿네. 자, 그것은 어떤가? 숨막히고 피곤합니다. 더 자세히 말해줄 수 있겠나? 그러면 어떤 느낌일 것 같은데요? 생쥐조차도 성장하고 옮겨다니며 살아야 하는데 전 온몸이 꼼짝없이 꽁꽁 갇혀 있잖아요. 진짜 무슨 몸이 폭발하는 줄 알았다니까요. 부검 결과 생쥐의 신체에서 암세포 변이가 발견되었다. 뭐 암세포가 나오는 그런 상황인가? 여기는 뭔가 성공한 게 있네요. 외상성 절단 중 손실된 오른쪽 팔꿈치 아래 팔뚝. 이게 사고로 중상을 입었고 사후 처리 중 팔뚝을 회수하였으나 심각한 혈관 손상으로 이식 수술이 불가한 상태에서 이 팔뚝을 SCP-660에 넣어 보관했는데 오른팔이 원래 주인에게 성공적으로 돌아갔대요. 재단에서는 예후가 좋지 않을 것으로 예상했으나 오른팔 손가락 5개 모두 감각이 돌아왔다고 밝혀졌다. 이식 결과 성공으로 나타났다. 부록 SCP-660의 인간 검사는 잠정 중단되었다. D778이 악성 이식에 의한 기형적으로 급사했기 때문이다. 성공한 사람도 결국 죽었네요. 레이 아저씨 안녕하세요. 여기 있다. 성분은 일반 옹기토고 SCP-660의 내부는 인간의 자궁 내막과 유사한 건조 포유동물의 자궁 조직으로 덮여있고요. DNA 검사를 진행했으나 아직 정확한 결론을 내리진 못한 상태. SCP-660은 외부 환경 조건이나 조직의 상태와 전혀 무관하게 조직이 제거될 때까지 내부에 담긴 생물 조직을 영구 보존할 수 있다. 생체 조직 또는 생물은 영향을 공급받지 않고도 그 안에서 계속해서 살아남을 수 있다. 정확한 메커니즘은 아직 밝혀지지 않았으나 동위원소 표지법에 따르면 그 과정에서 샘플과 SCP-660의 내부막 사이에 물질 교환이 일어나는 중이라고 한다. SCP-660에 보존된 조직을 추출하여 배양한 결과 비정상적인 고속세포 복제가 일어났고 자궁 경부 암 검사에서 여러 개의 샘플이 암세포 변이를 보였다. SCP-660-1은 SCP-660에서 발견된 인간 배아로 최소 6,600년간 보존된 것으로 추정된다. 뭐야, 또 뭔가 있어. 아, 이게 지금 내가 할 거는 아닌가 보네? 그냥 패스해도 될 것 같은데? 그냥 일 처리하는 건가 봐. 뭐야, 이것도 뭔 실험이야? 코카콜라 제로, 치토스. 이게 뭐야? SCP-261은 큰 검은색 자판기고 일반적인 자판기 형태를 띠고 있는데 돈을 투입하고 키패드에 세 자리 숫자를 입력하면 무작위로 물품을 배출한대요. N화 이외에 어떤 화폐도 받지 않고 거절된 동전은 배출구를 통해 배출되고 문이 열렸을 때나 녹화기가 내부에 설치되었을 땐 작동하지 않고 어떻게 이 물품들이 나타나는지는 불명이다. 키패드에 입력한 숫자는 배출된 물품들에 영향을 주지 않으며 어떠한 규칙성도 발견되지 않는다. 언제나 간식의 형태며 밝은 색의 이목을 끄는 포장지에 덮여있다. 임무 없음. 뭘 안 들어? 교육 있나? 무슨 얘기야? 원래 광자가 있어? 그 막 원하는 건 다 뽑아주는 자판기에 SCP도 있었던 것 같은데. 어차피 선택지 다 듣기밖에 없는데 굳이 선택하게 해야 되니? 재밌겠다. 나도 들을래. 갑자기 무대극이 나온다고요? 그 에피소드는 끝난 거 아닐까? 나오면 소름인데? 다른 거지 않을까요?
There are many stories in this world. Some are read widely all over the world. Some are hidden in dust and known only by a handful of people.
갑자기 분위기가
Today
바뀌는데?
I'm going to tell you a story no one else has heard before. A real story of mystery and wonder and adventure. And then you too will become the guardian of this story. The story takes place in a world of long ago. The hero of our story is a little boy. His name is Daniel.
Daniel.
One day, out of nowhere, Daniel got a serious case of chickenpox. It made him look like a strawberry. To make sure he didn't spread it to others, Mrs. Page, the principal, had him isolate in an attic. And so, in the attic he lived, all on his own.
분위기 갑자기 밝고.
Mr. Daniel, while up here in this attic, you'll have plenty of time to practice your penny whistle. I hope you practice well and prepare for next month's art festival.
But Mrs. Page, the melody is so difficult.
Don't give up, boy. You don't give up before you fight.
어린이 만화도 나와 SCP가?
Daniel was reluctant at first, but he trusted Mrs. Page, and he knew he should listen. And so he practiced the penny whistle.
오, 갑자기 분위기 확 바뀌는데? 어떻게 하는 건데? ASDF 스페이스? 어떻게 하는 건데? 온다. 아, 리듬 게임인가봐. 갑자기 분위기 리듬 게임인 거임. 피지컬 보여줘.
Suddenly, he heard some strange noises in the corner of the attic.
Huh? Who's there?
Daniel decided to go over and take a look.
뭐야? 오! 그래픽 보소.
It was a mousetrap, and there was a red origami paper dragon inside of it.
용? 종이용?
Daniel carefully removed it. It was marvelous and beautiful. The only problem was part of its wing was damaged. But Daniel found a way to repair it.
어떻게? 아, 이것도 내가 고쳐줘? 아이템을 선택하여 종이용 복원하기? 아. 실화냐?
Daniel held the repaired paper dragon high up in the air, imagining that it soared over all the world below. He played and played with the paper dragon.
Wee! Woo! Dragon! Soar!
갑자기 분위기 반전되지 않을까요?
In the warm afternoon sun, Daniel had to fight his eyelids just to keep them open.
Could it be? Or is this all just a dream?
The next day, with boredom and loneliness weighing him down, he began to fiddle with the old radio.
Our town is located in the plains, where earthquakes are not particularly common. Although there are 17 fault zones around us, they are all inactive.
A scrunched up ball of paper rolled over to his feet.
Where did this paper ball come from?
Just as Daniel went to pick it up, the ball suddenly came to life, and it rolled away. Daniel chased after it.
뭐지? 무슨 이야기를 들려줄지 굉장히 궁금해지는데, 이 정도면? 오? 에? 일로와. 에? 일로와. 일로와, 씨. 임마. 야, 씨. 어떻게 잡아, 이거? 일로와, 임마. 뭐라가. 임마. 아니. 뭐라.
Just as he was about to seize the rolling paper ball, suddenly, terrible sparks erupted from it.
뭐죠?
Before his very eyes, the paper ball began to grow, bigger and bigger. At that moment, a red figure suddenly appeared. The red figure quickly subdued the paper ball and threw it into a cardboard box. Daniel studied the red figure carefully. It had a sticker on its fluttering wing. It was the paper dragon.
I wasn't dreaming. Thank you for saving me.
Daniel was grateful and very happy. He walked closer to the paper dragon, but the paper dragon seemed timid and afraid and backed away. Just then, Daniel had an idea. He took out his penny whistle and slowly played a tune.
또! 들어와! 공격하는 줄 알고 용이 더 쪼는 거 아니야? 아! 아, 왜? 제대로 했는데? 이상하다. Good.
The paper dragon enjoyed the sound very much. It began to move along with the rhythm, flipping up and down in the air. Soon the two were playing and dancing, just like old friends.
구겨졌어.
The paper dragon traced out a beautiful arc in the air, communicating with Daniel in a unique way.
My cherished friend, after many long years, we finally meet again. Tell me, how has your family been? A great thank you for playing that music for me. You know how I love the beautiful rhythm of that instrument. But we ought to take precautions, as the room is not stable.
뭐지? 얘도 SCP인가 본데요?
Still remember how the room works. You're welcome to visit anytime.
The piece of paper then changed back into the shape of a paper dragon and flew into the cardboard box.
나름 용이라고 낮게 낮은 듯? 목소리?
And a calm silence was restored to the attic. Daniel rushed to find a watercolor pen and marked the box with excitement in his fingertips.
Here. B. Dragons.
Over the next few days, the paper dragon came out often to play with
이러고
Daniel.
까먹었나 설마?
During this time, Daniel introduced
그건
many of
아니네.
his friends to the paper dragon.
That cat's name is Mrs. Carter. Ever since I secretly fed her some fish for dinner, we've been good friends. That's Duke. This is Jessica's pet. He doesn't like Rainy Days or Mrs. Carter. Only smoked sausages for his taste. And now, we are friends too. My name is Daniel. What's your name?
The paper dragon flapped its wings, as if it didn't understand him.
Well, since you like the sound of the penny whistle so much, why don't I just call you Penny? I'll keep practicing
Penny?
to make it sound
페니와이즈?
better.
Daniel and Penny then played baseball together in the attic.
너무
Let's
무섭고?
play cat.
뭐죠? 내가 충전해야 돼? 충전해. 충전질이야 그냥? 된 거야?
But just as they were in the middle of enjoying themselves, a violent shaking suddenly rose from the ground.
어?
The stubborn earthquake is back at it, folks, and it's seems even stronger than last time.
At this moment, the box suddenly shot open, and thick clouds of smoke billowed out, followed by several paper balls. Penny attacked the paper balls without a moment's hesitation and promptly threw them back into the box. Penny then flew around in front of Daniel and rushed right back into the box.
저게 뭐길래?
As the box closed, the earthquake stopped.
저거 설마 판도라의 상자야?
Facing a friend's farewell without a formal goodbye, Daniel felt confused and lost. He moved the box to the center of the attic. Facing it, he practiced his penny whistle day in and day out.
재앙의 상자?
As the days went by, Daniel's playing became smoother. One day, the box suddenly began to move.
다시 종이다. 용은?
Huh?
One,
용이 늘었어.
3, 4. This time there were 4 paper dragons. But they weren't
종이도
alone.
늘었어.
Enemies began to jump out of the box too.
Earthquake! Another earthquake! This time it's reached a magnitude of 5.8!
In that small attic, the 4 paper dragons fought fiercely against the paper balls. This time, the paper balls used new tactics.
합체한다.
Linked together into a single monstrous ball of paper. It began to shoot strong bursts of electric sparks at the paper dragons as they flew through the air. As they were hit, the paper dragons fell from the air, one after the other. Seeing the injured paper dragons, Daniel felt very distressed and anxious. Just then, one of the paper dragons painfully started to fly and gathered the remainder of its power. The paper dragon transformed into a great beam of light
최후의
and
월화천층.
dove straight down to pierce through the monstrous paper ball. And then came another paper dragon.
최후의 월화천층을 여기서?
The monstrous paper ball was blasted to bits, exploding into smaller paper balls. Trembling, they struggled to escape back into the box. The sacrificed paper dragons were reduced to swirling shreds of paper, and a silence pervaded. Peace and tranquility were restored once again to the attic. Daniel saw the remaining 2 paper dragons lying on the floor, badly wounded. He rushed to grab some stickers and treated them at once.
그래서 이게 SCP랑 뭔 상관인데요? 와, 나 용이 2마리로 늘었다. 용 분양합니다. 훈훈한 것도 있죠. 네, 있긴 하지.
Countless paper dragons began to gush from the box.
에?
The 2 wounded paper dragons were repaired and began to fly.
어린이용 만화
2 colored
영화 보는 것
threads,
같다.
they merged with the other dragons, flying in unison. The dragons moved like a tide, flying freely through the attic. Daniel eagerly took out his penny whistle. He showed all his paper dragon friends the results of his hard work and practice.
또? 그래, 들어와. 안돼. 이 게임 볼륨 음량 조절을 너무 실패했다. 음악 소리가 너무 크다. 너무 커. 그러니까
In the sweet melody of his playing, Daniel felt himself enter into the world of dragons.
오! 진짜 용이 됐는데? 뭐야? 알렉스트라자다. 용군단 용군단.
The paper dragons merged into a long letter and floated down towards Daniel to tell their story.
허.
After the last war, the fantasy world enjoyed a long spell of peace and stability. But now, the giants have returned. They have launched
거인?
ferocious attacks, trying to invade your world through the room. We are prepared to launch the final defense. Then we will have to destroy your world.
방을 파괴할 거래.
For it is the last remaining
네, 스팀에 있어요.
into your world.
히오스보단 와우지 용군단.
This farewell will only be temporary. We will not be apart forever, and we will never forget our eternal mission of protecting you.
At that moment, the paper dragons flew back into the box. Daniel still couldn't fully understand what the paper
방에 있으면 안
dragons had
되겠다.
meant, but he had a vague feeling in his heart
방을
that he may
파괴한대.
never see his new friends again. A few days later, Daniel's chickenpox had fully recovered. He could now play the penny whistle very, very well. But the paper dragons never returned.
가방에 넣기?
Maybe it was time to leave and move on.
Move on.
Earthquake warning! Magnitude 6.2! A massive earthquake is hitting our town! All townspeople, please leave your houses immediately and move to safe open spaces!
지진이 굉장히 자주 오네.
Just then, countless paper dragons shot from the cardboard box. However, it seemed like they were under attack, spinning and falling through the air in confusion.
What's happening?
Daniel quickly grabbed the stickers out from his bag and did his best to heal the injured paper dragons.
치료해! 치료! 어떻게 치료하는데? 어떡하냐고! 어떻게 하냐고! 야, 어떡하냐고! 여기 있다. 일어나! 맞서 싸워! 맞서 싸워! 쓰러지지 마! 오, 뭐야?
together and pushed Daniel away, subduing him firmly in the corner. He couldn't move. Suddenly, ominous clouds rose from the box, and a violent lightning flashed through the room. The figure of a giant slowly emerged from the thick clouds, and the entire attic became overwhelmed with its evil aura.
The earthquake is growing stronger, now with a magnitude of 7.1. Heaven almighty, are we doomed?
The giant unleashed its power maniacally. The paper dragon struggled against it, with no means of fighting back. At this critical moment, two paper dragons shined brilliant.
최후의 보라춘충!
Together, they heroically crashed their bodies into the giant. Daniel thought the giant had been defeated by the paper dragons, but soon he found that things would probably not be so simple. The giant's figure could still be seen in the thick smoke, looking evil and terrible. The attacks of the paper dragons had had no effect, and the giant had only grown stronger. It fought back with a new ferocity. The paper dragons were simply no match for it.
The earthquake is growing stronger still! The greatest disaster this town has seen in over 100 years! My heavens! Will this nightmare ever end?
With the paper dragons now all but defeated, Daniel spotted a frail figure in the distance. It was Penny. It flew gently in front of Daniel and
굿바이 인사?
affectionately rubbed its head against his fingers, as if this whole crisis had never happened. Daniel felt like Penny was trying to tell him something,
마지막 인사야.
but he didn't quite understand what. Penny then left Daniel and soared into the air with a determination in its wings. Suddenly, the other paper dragons seemed to be summoned. They flew through the air, all together in unison, responding to the call without an ounce of hesitation.
오,
At
합체.
that moment, Penny turned into a great red beam and rushed fast towards the giant. The other dragons followed, shining together like a shooting star. At that moment, Daniel seemed to see a real dragon flying.
No!
No!
A huge explosion from the impact drowned out everything else in the attic. The attic rained down with countless pieces of paper, the leftover scraps of the paper dragons. Daniel wanted to collect all of the pieces. He thought he could still fix them.
모아! 파편 획득해! 사원의 구들 조각! 아니, 사원의 용 조각 모아! 흩날려라! 전보냉! 어? 또 퍼즐이냐? 좋아. 된 거 아니야? 얘가 펜이다.
My friend,
헐. 안 돼, 펜이.
The nightmare is over. The earthquake has stopped. With God's mercy, our town is safe. We thank you, Lord, for your protection.
A few days later, the art festival was held as scheduled. Daniel attended the show with his
Schedule.
penny whistle.
또 하나? 또 리듬?
And now, a song titled Fly With Me.
Fly with me. 숨소리 뭐야? 아 또야. 씨. 오케이 덤벼. 추억이 떠올라. 안돼. 뭐야? 어?
And that's how the story ends. Now, you might be wondering, what happened next? Are there still paper dragons in the world? Well, that's a difficult question to answer. But I believe that they are still protecting us somewhere in this world, just like they promised they would, forever, into eternity.
이건 진짜 어린이용 애니메이션 영화 하나 본 것 같다. 이거였어. 아니 근데 저거 리듬 게임 좀 에반 게, 원래 보통 리듬 게임이면 리듬에 맞춰서 이렇게 클릭할 수 있게 해주는데 그냥 리듬 따로 저거 누르는 거 따로 해가지고 씨 의의가 없네. 드래곤 출격. 정말 멋졌어. 근데 지금 어디 격리되어 있다는 거야? 그러니까 좀 리듬 게임 치고 에바였어. SCP-1762래요. 켄트, 넌 그런 정보를 어떻게 하니? 넌 원래 강좌 안 들었잖아. 아, 2년 동안 트레버랑 연구했대. 와우. 이곳에 온 지도 벌써 한 달이 지났다. 업무에도 완전히 적응했다. 업무라고는 파일을 정리하는 일이지만 지루하진 않았다. 황당무계한 헛소리를 제외하고는 대부분의 파일이 몹시 흥미롭기 때문이다. 근데 요즘 항상 환청이 들리고 있다. 누가 날 부르는 것 같다. 뭔가 말을 하는 것 같은데 너무 낮고 희미한 음성이라 도무지 알아들을 수가 없다. 의사를 만나보겠다고 하자 조이가 신입병이라며 며칠만 지나면 괜찮아질 거라고 했다. 얼른 괜찮아졌으면 좋겠다. 뭔가 있나? SCP 여기에도?